Hi, okay, so this is a video on how to do diddle double tonguing. I think this is the most important tool in your toolkit. I don't know how you can do things like allegros for Vivaldi or Telemann without this tool, or at least it's a really helpful tool. I've heard rumors of people that can single tongue really fast. I can't single tongue really fast. Certainly not fast enough to do a credible allegro in a Baroque sonata. So I think diddling is great. Diddling is talked a lot about, and if you get quances on playing the flute, it's certainly talked about there in great detail. And I think this is just the go-to mechanism for double tonguing. And I like it a lot better than the traditional flute double tonguing of tucca, because when you do tucca, now I've heard flute players do this really well, but when I do tucca, there's quite a bit of separation. So here's a tucca. It's harsh. Now, I can do it a little better than that, but not much. But with diddle, you can have very little separation. Or you can have quite a lot of separation. So it gives you a lot of control, I think, over how to do it. So how do you do a diddle? So the basic stroke is a really odd thing that is not at all natural, and I don't think, at least in English, it doesn't exist in any normal way. And it's approximated by the syllables d, meaning the air comes straight out, and dl, meaning the air comes out on the side. So if you go d, dl, d, dl, when you're going d, the air is coming out, and when you're going dl, the air is going out to the side. So if you look really closely at someone's cheeks when they're diddling, you get this. So on the dul, you'll see the cheeks puff out. And this motion, when you start it, is so unnatural. I remember when I first started doing this, this is how it sounds. And you just concentrate and you focus, and it's da, dul, da, dul, da, dul. And it is the most unnatural, clumsy thing, and you think you're never going to get this. And to be fair, you're not going to master this in a couple hours. Now, some people have said it takes, a year or more. My estimate is that I think it's maybe 100 hours. Now, if you do it a half an hour a day, then it's going to be about a year. But where I learned how to diddle was I was commuting to visit my girlfriend, I was at Penn State, and she was off in New York, and so I had a 4-hour drive every weekend to go from Penn State to New York City, and I would get my recorder, and as I was commuting, I would go for hours and hours and hours, and eventually it got okay. So this is a great tool. So da, 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 da. So step one. It'll be uneven, it'll just be what it is. And so start with sort of, what would be a G on a soprano recorder. Something nice in the middle, easy note. Now, so you'll do this, and after some number of hours, you'll be able to go. And then, might as well start putting in a scale. And then you just kind of, keep working at it until you can go faster and faster. And ultimately, you can go really quickly, sort of and it just rocks. And the nice thing about it is, notice how, the d is a slightly different stroke from the dul. So it's not like a single tongue, and you get a little bit of an unevenness naturally, and that really helps in your 16th runs, right? You get a little bit of an unevenness, and that gives you a nice little musical lilt to it. So it can go really, really fast. And ultimately, you can go faster than your fingers. So it's an excellent tool. So start with, and then ultimately, and see how fast you can get. Okay, I think that pretty well is all you need to know for diddle. Okay, thanks. Bye.